So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here, and welcome to a game called Midnight Evil. So this is a brand new, very unique indie game where literally you have to read your way to victory. Now, I think the premise for this game is that you are situated in your own bed, you gotta try and get some sleep, but unfortunately, of course, there's gonna be monsters trying to kill you. We have to finish the various book passages, and somehow I think it may expel the monsters from our bedroom or something like, I don't know. Look, guys, to sum it up nice and quickly, okay, if you forgot your reading glasses, you're basically dead. Alright, we're just gonna get this thing started, though, and I guess if you guys do want to see more, definitely leave a like rating down below, because I'm gonna judge based on that if you guys want to see a part 2 or something like that. As the clock approached midnight, William Grinkle was fast asleep. Who calls their kid Grinkle? I mean, I guess the face looks like a Grinkle or something. Tonight was different, though. I'm guessing the monsters came out to play or something for some reason. He woke to a strange sound coming from the attic. Shouldn't have checked it out, Grinkle. Wait, hold up. Did he actually check it out? Think he did. By the way, what is with that picture right there? You see that? Hungry dog? Something like that? Shouldn't have went up there, though, Grinkle. And that door is closed for a reason. You just couldn't help yourself, could ya? As he climbed the stairs, he felt something. Oh boy. And he opened the door as well. You've just unleashed copious amounts of evil, my dude. You see, when you see a trunk like that and it's red, you don't go up to it and open it. He had never seen this chest before.
Oh, for God's sake.
He went ahead and opened the chest, didn't he? Is that a book in there? Oh, just an innocent book. Let me guess, we wanted to take a read of that thing for whatever reason. Tonight, his life would change forever. Good job, William Grinkle. I bet you should be real proud of yourself. Midnight's Evil. Okay, I see what we're working with then. So I guess we've got to read passages from that book as we're trying to sleep for whatever reason. And it must, like, expel the beasts that were, I guess, lingering in the attic as well, I guess. Right, enough talking, though. Here we go. We're in our bedroom. So here's the book. Oh, let me take a look.
Long before the first humans stood upright and...
Wait, bro.
Long before...
Why does he sound like a 50-year-old guy?
Long before...
Yeah, that's no kid, okay? I'm feeling a bit awkward. Also, wait, shouldn't I be reading that? I don't really understand why it's actually reading it for me. Hold up a sec. Okay, here we go. So, open the book again. I'm gonna bring the mic in for this game, guys. It feels like that sort of thing. Long before the first humans stood upright and took their place in the world, there was a beautiful land that was ruled by what many would come to call the Fae. That's a great concept for a horror game. You literally have to read it out loud. All right, let's carry on then. No idea why we're reading from this demonic book, but screw it. These ancient beings were worshipped by mankind, but they were also feared. Humans were right to be afraid, for there were many different creatures that lived in the darkness watching us, waiting. It is. This is really cool. What a great idea for a horror game. Until the monsters start appearing and I start screaming. Most were harmless enough, amusing themselves by causing mischief and playing pranks on humans that crossed their paths. However, some had more sinister intentions. The Urking, for example, have developed a liking for the taste of human children. These monsters are small, unnaturally fast, and impossible to kill. Okay, they're gonna hear that. All right, let me just look around again. None of these Urklings around. Good stuff. It was an unlucky tragedy for my people that we decided to build our village here, right in the middle of the Urklings' territory. We have lost so many of our children over this past year. There aren't enough tears in this world to weep for their loss. And we turn the page and we carry on. Oh gosh. Thankfully, though, my grandmother taught me well in the ways of my druid ancestors. Around in between, good stuff. And why didn't that work? I may not be able to kill the little beast, but I was able to work out a spell that binds them to this book. I can only hide it and pray that it never falls into the hands of a child. Okay, hold up a second. Well, I don't think we're a child anyway. If you are reading this, know that I'm truly sorry for the demons that have now been passed on to you. Opening the book will have awakened them, and I'm sure they will be ravenously hungry. Guys, this is, once this book is opened, you must read it out loud from beginning to end in order to return them to their magical prison. Be watchful. They only attack if you don't see them coming. Most importantly, once you finish this book, keep it hidden so that no one ever opens it again. Okay, there we go. And that's that passage all read, I guess. We got some achievements. Tori?
WIGSFM 98.7 Game Talk.
What a joke.
God, who hired that man?
Darkness. My name is Nick Gloom.
That's better.
It's just me tonight.
Okay.
As you guys know, we answer game questions and talk tips and tricks.
Okay, bit of a contrast. Wait, what's going on here?
Nate usually does. I don't really play most of those games.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get to the phones.
All right, let's do it. Are we gonna call?
First caller, you're on the air.
I'm wondering, how do I beat the final boss in Terminator Destruction?
What is going on? Wait, what is
How
this
would
game?
I know that?
What?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm stuck here working for crap money. I still can't afford to buy new Atari games.
What the freak am I playing right now?
Would you like me to page Nate?
I don't
Here's
know.
the thing. Like I said, I'm working here. I don't usually come on the radio.
Okay.
So I don't have as much of a bedside manner as Nate does.
All right.
But it's totally fine. I bought a new OBasic book, which is the programming language for Otori.
Okay, so this Hattori thing is going to have something, right?
Title
Otori.
is Evil Midnight.
Wow,
where
okay.
I'm not sure what you're going to have to do yet, but I think it's going to be a horror game, and it's going to be at nighttime, and it's going to be evil. You would do something all night, and then you would win.
Okay.
It's kind of like working here. I try to keep my head down all night, but Janet asked me to go on the air.
All right.
And I'm always getting asked to do stuff.
It's a very strange game so far. I don't really understand this so far.
I get asked to do, the more I get anxious and panic.
Is this some kind of life lesson? I just want to play Terminator.
This is me with this game right now, honestly. And we just switch it off. Okay, look, smart move, okay? I have no idea what was going on there. And, wait. Okay, I'm ready. Is it second night to open the book? Chapter 1. Oh, it is going to be like a chapter system. Okay. Little Maggie O'Brien was the first. Little children had been playing in Hogan's Forest when they all heard a noise. Okay, let's see if that registers. Why is it not registering, though? Wait, what the freak? Bro, what the... Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Why did I freak out right there? Something really spooked me. The children had been playing in Hogan's Forest when they all heard a noise. Sensing no danger because there were so many of them, 12 children in all decided to investigate the source of the strange sound. I'm gonna try and read it a little bit slower like that then. As they all searched high and low, they soon realized that Maggie was missing. Gosh, this is telling a bad story, guys. It's about to be the story of me. Frantically, they began searching for their friend. She was a small girl who loved to play hide and seek. Okay, why does he keep doing this? Okay, I'm looking around. I'm chill. Her big brother Colin insisted that she was probably hiding somewhere safe and giggling to herself as she watched everyone search for her. The sun sank low in the sky and the forest grew dark. The children, frustrated and panicked, ran back to the village to alert their parents that little Maggie was nowhere to be found. Still no monsters. I feel pretty chill, you know? Guys, okay, so far this is literally a bedtime story. There is nothing coming to get us. That's when everyone lit torches and spread out through the woods calling her name. Okay, that's all good. We flicked the page. Oh boy. The little girl's mother sobbed desperately as we all inspected every corner of those woods in hopes of finding her. Okay, paranoia. I'm looking around. Dude, you gotta stop freaking out like that, okay? We're good. Her brother kept searching, tears streaming down his cheeks. I'm her big brother. Did that dude just like drop guts as he left? Are you kidding? I'm a big brother, he said, rubbing his eyes. I'm supposed to make sure nothing happens to her. It's not your fault, Colin, I assured him. We'll find her soon and she'll be no worse for the wear. He nodded, forced a smile, and we all continued looking. The moment I heard him scream, I knew he had found her. Okay, look around again. Oh, I'm getting achievements left, right. Oh my... The freak was that? Or rather, what was left of her, which wasn't much. So that clicks in. Good stuff. Okay, look around again. You gotta be vigilant. So there's gonna be one by the door, one can appear there. I'm guessing one over here, and there's probably gonna be some sort of danger in this direction as well. We were sure it was Maggie because she had worn her favorite hair bow that day. What the freak did these monsters do? Her father plucked the pink ribbon from the body and fell to his knees, wailing into the darkness. Poor Colin tried to tell us then. Let that click through. Look, we're kind of getting to like the end of the passage, so I'm gonna start taking it easy. I don't want to get snatched up by one of these monsters, okay? He said that she had been covered in what he described as little green men. We're good. Bro, more reading? No way. Are you kidding? They were fat and green, he stammered. With bright glowing eyes, they were biting off bits of skin and flesh. Oh my god. So staring at it is enough to get rid of them. No one believed the lad. We all attributed the horrible ordeal.
Good evening.
Get the freak away from my bed! We all attributed the horrible ordeal to a hungry wild animal. Guys, I'm literally reading in the smallest sections right now. They seem to be getting a lot more aggressive, so I'm gonna take it chill. Scooping up what remained of little Maggie, the townsfolk set to work preparing for her funeral. We had no idea the horrors that lay ahead. I couldn't help but think back to what Colin had said about the little green men. Pop back up again. It's really weird, man. It's a really cool concept at the same time. It made me think of the stories my grandmother used to tell me. She said that our druid ancestors spoke of tiny creatures that lived long ago in the swamps and marshes surrounding our lands. Oh my god. Dude, that was a big sentence. Hey, get the freak out of my trash, okay? I'm sure that stinks. The Urklings, she called them. Oh my god. Bro, they're getting so aggressive. That is the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen, by the way. There were 3 tribes, each being their own breed of evil. Okay, the freak. From where? From where? From where? That was a huge boom. I see. No problem whether or not that's just like a distraction. One tribe I recall, she said, were green and fat. They would lure children away from safety and feast on their flesh.
Disgusting!
Bro, are we still... Okay, that looks like the end. This is good. We didn't live near any swamps. Surely the boy's mind was playing tricks on him. I messed that up, but it still worked. Besides, the Urklings weren't real. They couldn't be. Okay, I gotta read the last passage again. They couldn't be. Okay, there we go. The book closed. That's the first night done then. Stefan rolls away. I guess that lulls us to sleep or something. Okay, that sounds aggressive. Then we literally wake up again and the same deal. We continue reading the passages. Okay, so open up the book. What next, huh? Chapter 2. Maggie O'Brien's funeral was just what anyone would expect. Everyone did their best to comfort the grieving parents. Colin kept to himself. Everyone assumed it was because he blamed himself. After his sister had been laid to rest, I came to him to ask him how he was doing. Look over there. Freak. What is that? Block data? Or data blocks? So there's weird things that we can collect around here as time goes on. He looked up at me, red eyes from either crying, lack of sleep, or a combination of the two, and said, I really saw them, the little green monsters. Yes, it freaking worked, thank God. My heart ached as I put my arms around the boy. That's one page done already, bro. The freak was that? You out there? I kept telling myself that seeing his little sister in pieces couldn't have been easy for him. He was just in shock. The stories of the Earthlings were only told to scare children into doing what they were told. That was all. Okay, we're reading this a lot quicker. This is better. The first thing my grandmother told me about the Earthlings was that there were 3 tribes. The green ones had round bellies and piercing blue eyes. She said they could be heard if you walked deep into the swamp at night. Dude, that's one page done. Let's go. They would laugh and sing as they danced around their tiny campfires, which would appear only as tiny flickering lights through the trees. That worked. Get the freak out of my house! They were the least lethal of the 3 tribes, but every bit as evil. The red ones were more temperamental and even faster than their green cousins. They didn't sing or dance around campfires, and their celebrations were a bit more gruesome. They preferred to eat children from the inside out. These things are the ones stalking me too, aren't they? It was even thought by some that they were only red because they were stained by the blood of their victims. Flat. Hear that? Freak out of here. Look, put some slippers on, then I won't hear you coming. Fiery red bristle-like hair sprouted from the tops of their heads, and their glowing yellow eyes seemed cold and calculating. The pale Earthlings were in another class altogether. They had white skin and wild, untamed blue hair that flowed out in every direction. The most unsettling thing about them was that they had no eyes at all, yet they somehow were the most keen and efficient killers of the 3. Dang, what the heck? How's that even possible? Grandmother said that their long, wiry hair could somehow sense the presence and locations of children. Listen, they're dealing with that sixth sense bullcrap. There were some things that all 3 tribes had in common. Earthlings preferred to eat after midnight, and they would only attack if the child didn't make direct eye contact with them. So that's why when we look up after hearing them, they just dissipate. I reassured myself that the O'Brien girl being attacked barely after sunset meant that she had to have been the victim of a wild animal attack. So you're trying to convince yourself that it was nothing to do with these Earthlings or something. A few of the men in the village came together to hunt down the beast that killed the girl. Oh my God, there it is! Oh my... What the heck? They can't be playing sounds like that. I thought I was efficient. I don't know if there was more than one. I have no idea what's going on. Get back to the story. They came back 2 days later, carrying the carcass of a large wolf. The whole village breathed a sigh of relief, and a big celebration was held. Guys, last page already. Here we go. Let's do this. The only one besides myself that remained anxious was Colin. Why is this not working? I swear to goodness, I'm getting a refund on this book. Looking at his face that night, I knew that he believed the creatures that killed Maggie were still out there, waiting. Oh my God. No, you don't! Get away, not 3 letters away from winning this thing. He was right. There you freaking go. Get out of here, dude. Woo! I guess that's chapter 2 done?
WIGSFM 98.7.
The reading glasses come off for this, okay?
Hello, darkness. Welcome to the top of the hour.
Okay.
Again, I'm your host, Nick Gloom, filling in for Nate tonight. That was an interesting hour, I must say. I don't know, Janet. I feel like these kids don't like me.
I don't really understand these radio
Janet,
calls at all. What is
do you
this?
like me?
What?
And she's walking away, folks.
Great.
No, just calling in. Wanted to say that you suck.
I just had a feeling that was coming.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I'm gonna be... Yeah, I skipped past that radio thing. I don't even understand what the point in those are so far. Let's reluctantly do another one of these chapters, okay? Chapter 3, let's get it. The next day, Maggie's mother visited her daughter's grave, discovering something that was more than a little strange. The earth on the grave was disturbed, as if something had clawed its way out. So Maggie literally turned into one of the Earthlings or something? I couldn't help but remember what grandmother had said about the red Earthlings. They would burrow inside their victims and eat their way out. You better stop! So freaking disturbing, what? Could it be that we brought a little tribe of them right into the village without knowing it? The answer could come soon enough. I knew one would appear right there. Get out of here! Jacob McLaren was found torn to shreds in his bed the following morning. Obviously, a wild animal hadn't attacked him inside his own house. Another devastated family and another funeral this soon after Maggie didn't sit well with anyone. You can imagine, all right. Bro. That hair. Honestly, no comb over can solve that. Look at that. The atmosphere became more tense and uncomfortable. Bro, why didn't that line click? The atmosphere became more tense and uncomfortable.
Nope.
The atmosphere became even more tense and uncomfortable. I insisted on inspecting Jacob's remains myself, just to reassure myself that there was nothing hiding inside. The freak, how are you gonna tell a parent that? Colin approached me afterwards, asking what I was looking for. I told him it was nothing, but he knew better. Guessing a lot clicked onto whatever was going on here, huh? You believe me about the monsters, don't you? His young face determined as he spoke. Bro, I messed the line up, but it still gave me that one, thanks. You're the only one that doesn't look at me like I'm crazy. I swallowed hard, started to deny it, but the words caught in my throat, and as much as I tried, I couldn't lie. Listen, I put my hands on my shoulders. I don't think you're crazy, but we need to be sure of what we're dealing with before we spark a full-blown panic. Oh, I see you right there. Stop breathing in my room, bad breath. Tell me exactly what happened. Colin took a deep breath, working up his nerve. Oh my god. Oh my. There's a lot of them. Keep looking around. There's 3. Whoa. That one is much more aggressive, so he has multiple appearances. It was so dark, but I had a good torch. I called her name over and over. She didn't answer. Oh, it's this dude again. Okay, look around. There he is. Listen. Right there. Where else you gonna be? Get him out. Any more? I think that's it. Then I heard something. It sounded like chewing. I took a few more steps and saw her laying. Bro, I messed that up. Why did it let me have that? All over her were these fat little green monsters. They had mouthfuls of pointy teeth that looked like needles and massive clawed hands. Look around. Take it easy. Your eyes probably saw by this point. It is past midnight. Just then, a twig snapped under my foot and they all stopped what they were doing and looked right at me. Bro, look there. Come on, get out of here. Any more? I swear I heard more noise, but I think it's just a false alarm. That's when I screamed and they scattered. They were gone before any of the grown-ups got to me. His eyes filled with tears at the memory. Please tell me what they were. Bro, there's a lot. Go. Get this one. All right, here we go. He's there again. Right there. Where else next? Back there. Okay, I guess that's good. He was no more than 11 or 12, having just lost his sister and now his friend. No one had believed him when he tried to tell us before. It couldn't have been easy, but he opened up to me. I felt it's only right that I tell him what I know. We sat together by the bonfire late into the night and I told him all of the old stories. Unfortunately, the one thing that my grandmother hadn't mentioned was how to get rid of them. Looking into the flames, I got an idea. I knew that most unholy creatures were repelled by fire. Look around. Take it easy. So they're trying to figure out exactly what was going on here, and I guess they're making progress. Well, Colin folded his arms. He gets it. Yeah, you hear that, Urklings? We will just have to test what happens to an Urkling when it's on fire. These Urklings are going to be hearing that good stuff soon. And I guess that's chapter 3 done. Why are we looking at the lava lamp, though, you know? See those 1, 2, 3 Slaughter Me Street characters? What's the deal? Okay, we're gonna keep this moving, guys. Why not do another chapter? This game's probably edited differently as well. We're reading a book. What more can I do? Colin wanted to tell his friends about the Urklings, but I begged him to keep it a secret. If anyone knew that my grandmother had passed down her druidic teachings, it would only take one person to scream witch, and I would be as good as dead. Like they're still trying to kill me right there. He agreed and kept my secret. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're trying to figure this thing out together, I guess. I mixed a potion that would catch fire when touched by the tiniest flame. Surely this would send it screaming to the underworld. Look over there first. Rid of that one. Then this dude here. Okay, look out for him. Right, where's he at? He always appears more than twice, right?
Hello?
Right. He sat quietly in his bed and waited, knowing he mustn't look them in the eye. He must let it attack, for this would be the only way to get it close to. What did I just say? Just after the stroke of midnight, he began to hear them chuckling and shuffling around in the dark. Okay, bro, I'm hearing a lot of things shuffling in the dark as well. Clutching the potion bottle, hands trembling, he lowered his gaze and braced himself. Sure enough, one of them leapt from his bookshelf and sank his teeth into the flesh of his arm. I shouldn't be reading this book by shouting, you know, it's meant to be a bedtime story. He screamed and unstopped the bottle, emptying the contents over the green Urkling. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, any more? It's just twice it's doing it. It tore a tiny round chunk from his arm and gulped it down just as Colin shoved a candle right into its face. You're coming through the window, get out. It lit up like a torch and made a horrific high-pitched scream as it ran around the room trying to put itself out. The curtains caught fire as 4 more Urklings sprung out from their hiding places. Colin ran outside screaming and cradling his blood-soaked arm. That is so graphic. Get out of here. Just then, a tiny fireball came racing through the doorway and zigzagged towards the woods. Okay, we're good. Don't worry about it. It's just Mom making something downstairs in the kitchen. I grabbed an empty glass jar from my cupboard and ran after it. The jar made a thunk sound as it landed over the flaming Urkling and the fire quickly went out. Of course it would do, because I guess the fire would have been starved of oxygen. Makes sense, but you also captured the Earthling in the process. To my horror, the thing wasn't dead. Bro, it's still alive. Okay, look around, look around. It didn't even look like it was dying. Though blackened from being set ablaze, it was just as spunky as ever. I quickly scooped up the jar and screwed the lid on. It's this dude again. All right, I hear you. I hear you. Any more? There you go. Look, give up, dude. Give up, okay? I'm like prejudging where you're gonna be at. As I made my way back, some of the villagers were trying to put out the fire inside the house, and others were tending to Colin's arm, telling him that it must have been a rat. Thank God that clicked through, bro. I messed up so many times. I've never seen a rat quite like this, I shouted, and held the jar up so everyone could see. The instant they all looked in my direction, their jaws dropped open, and Colin's face lit up for the first time since he had lost his sister. Okay, I see you again. Let's do it again. All right, look around, look around. Where's he at? Where's he at? There he is, there he is. Okay, one more time, always. There we go. And that's it. He knew everyone finally saw that he had been telling the truth all along, and they all felt terribly ashamed for not believing him in the first place. You're talking about monsters right now, dude. I don't know how many people would really believe that off the bat. Unfortunately, the joy of this small victory was short-lived. For over the next 3 days, we tried every method we could think to kill the little wretch, but no matter what horrific thing we did, it would not die. Bro, I see. Go, 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 go. There we go. That double kill. All right. And we're done reading as well. 4 chapters done, 0 deaths, how it should be.
WIGSFM.
This dude again? Okay, please give me some relevant information.
Darkness. I'm your host, Nick Gloom.
Unfortunately.
In for Nate tonight, as we
Again,
dive
unfortunately.
deep into game talk.
Great. So excited.
For those of you that missed it, we were having an interesting discussion about game difficulty and learning curves.
How does this relate to what is going on?
Nate likes Dragons and Dungeons, but apparently I'm dumb for thinking it's too difficult. Apparently, kids can play it. So what do I know? Kind of like my work in progress, Evil Midnight.
Talking about difficulty?
Which, as I mentioned earlier, if you weren't around, is going to be more of a horror game.
As we've seen, basically, because we're experiencing it now.
I'm not really sure, but I would imagine in a game like that, confusing the player could be an evil tactic.
Definitely. Oh, don't you dare.
Something like grooming them up to expect one thing and then yank the rug out, so to speak. Anyway, I'm rambling.
What to expect? Okay.
Hello, caller. You're on
Finally.
Game Talk.
Now, what next? Talking about that gamer? He hung up. Yeah, that must have been me.
Hello, caller. You're on Game Talk.
That's one of the Earthlings, right?
Very funny, guys.
Yeah, hilarious, right? Yeah, good prank.
Caller, you're on Game Talk.
Another one, maybe? Get the mic away from like an amp or something, you know? What are you doing, playing guitar? All right, guys, I'm gonna leave this here for now. So that was the first 4 chapters of Midnight Evil. Fairly interesting game, to be honest, and it's gonna be interesting to edit this one up. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see the next part. I mean, I feel like we're kind of close to the end. I don't know how many chapters is in this thing, but it is a cool little indie game anyway, and yeah, we're gonna leave this one here. If you guys did enjoy this video, though, why not drop me that like rating? And hey, if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more videos just like this one right here? So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I of course hope you did enjoy, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.